All right, looks like we're ready to get started, everybody. Just gonna close this timer. Ooh, there we are. Hey, happy Friday. Happy Friday. We made it. We made it to Friday. Happy Friday. So congratulations on being here through this 5-day challenge. You are amazing. It's awesome that you've invested this time in yourself to help you know your triggers, know from the process of how, things that you do to yourself, things are going to happen when you're around other people, things are going to happen when you are outside your normal environment. And building up through this process is going to help you be the best version of yourself. You got to lay a foundation, got to start at the bottom, work your way up. When you dig yourself in out of a hole, you don't start at the top of the hole, and you got to stop digging. So oftentimes there's somebody there to help you, like, find a way out of that hole that you found yourself in. Epilepsy can feel like a hole you fell in. Don't want it to feel that way. So if you feel like you're in a hole, I want to help hold your hand out of this hole. So as you saw the previous screen, I mentioned yesterday, we're gonna be doing an 8-week boot camp for the Epilepsy Warriors. So Epilepsy Warrior Boot Camp. I want you to upgrade your skills as an Epilepsy Warrior. Thinking of calling them as holistic Epilepsy Warriors, because we're people that understand the combination of the mind, body, and the heart, and how you gotta incorporate balance, internal balance, and harmony into your life to be able to accomplish greater things than you ever thought possible. And so we'll talk a little bit more about the boot camp a little later on, but I just want to mention that again. This is a great deal right now. You saw I had my little phone up. That way, there was something other than me wiggling around you could watch before we got started. So, all right. So go ahead, type down in the chat. We're gonna put this real quick, everybody. Type down in the chat what was your favorite part from yesterday. What did you like the most about it? What did you get from it? What is something that you feel like, is going to be able to, you're going to be able to take with you and make the best out of your day? Um, just drop it in the comments. Thank you. All right. So today's Friday, day 5. of the Epilepsy Warrior Know Your Triggers Challenge. I'm Alma Wayne Myers with the Drug Free Epilepsy Foundation. It is an organization that I created to be able to help other people like me, like you, that are not getting the help that we need through drugs alone. And sometimes even the doctors have reached the extent of their skills to be able to help us. Doesn't make anybody a bad person or bad at their job, but it's the reality. I can't help everybody, but I'm focusing on you who are struggling the most because you're not getting the help that you need, and nobody has taught you yet the best way to be the hero that you need to be, the doctor you need to be, the one that you can rely on so that, when all else goes wrong, all else goes right, you're the one. It's you. You can be like, yes, I'm finally getting somewhere with my life. So I had a dog. I really wish I grabbed a picture of this guy for you. He was super cute. If you've ever followed me on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen this awesome it says I'm sharing screen still, so I don't know what I'm sharing right now. So let me turn this off. All these buttons, stop it. And I've got multiple screens going on sometimes. It gets crazy. All right. So I had this dog, he's super cute. His name's Leroy. And he developed epilepsy. So poor guy. It was hard. Like I had epilepsy and I've been dealing with myself. And when we took him into the doctors, like or the vet, like he went in and they were worried that he was gonna die. Like they just were having a really hard time getting his seizures under control. They've got less drugs that they use on dogs for epilepsy than there are for people. You can't do the same things. Dogs and people aren't always the same, but there's some stuff that you can do that works really well. So poor Leroy, he started off on phenobarbital and he was just having the worst time. Then they switched him over. I mean, he was like digging, he was miserable. It was like, I think that's what caused him to go blind. Like, because after that, like he could never see again. The other side is like his epilepsy was caused by a brain tumor. And, they don't normally do brain surgery on dogs. So I don't know if removing it was ever really a possibility. Um, but for me, I needed to make sure that he had the best life possible. So he went from the phenobarbital to the Keppra, and some of you have tried Keppra or other drugs, understand like a drug rage. So dog was having a drug rage. He was miserable. Like he quit eating, like trying to find different ways. He wanted to bite us if we like tried to give him the medicine. He did not like that medicine. But he was, the owner was a long time trying to get him off of that. Finally, I got him down here to Mexico with me, and I got him off the drugs for the most part. No epilepsy drugs, and then I was doing herbal medicine. And man, that the herbal medicine, like he went from having like multiple seizures a day down to sometimes like one or two, or we'd go like 4 or 5 days. He'd have like no seizure, and then he'd have like one or maybe two, and then like I could get him to go a few more days. I was also giving him some prednisone because he's got a brain tumor, and so that was like helping with the inflammation from that, and trying to talk to the veterinarians is similar to the doctors. It's like, oh, they're just trying to focus on the epilepsy, and like, but it's a brain tumor that's causing the epilepsy, and like really the brain tumor needs addressed. I tried doing some herbs with him, but the owner ended up putting him down before I was able things happen. I give him back to the owner, and he quit following directions, and the dog got worse, and they put him down. But while he was with me for several months, I was able to get him to having a much more enjoyable life, just switching him off of the drugs onto herbal medicine. Making sure that he got a little extra attention because he was blind now, and man, he plenty of times I was watching him try to run off the roof because he's going crazy. But it wasn't perfect, but for him and for me, like not being able to talk to somebody about what's going on with them, like that was amazing results. You know, it's really hard to like get a dog to like do what you want it to and tell you like, hey, what do your seizures feel like and stuff. So for me, like I was able to understand what seizures are like, watching him have grand malls, like just making sure he's not hitting his head on stuff. Like that's important to me. Make sure that he was happy and healthy. And that fellow epilepsy warriors, there's a lot of people out there with dogs that have epilepsy and they don't know what to do. It's scary not knowing what to do. And, oftentimes with dogs, from the research I've done, it's related to a brain tumor. But when it's not, like there's only like a handful of drugs that they do for them. So there are other people out there doing herbal medicine for dogs. And I say this because if you've got a dog with epilepsy or you know somebody with a dog with epilepsy, you can contact a few other people that do herbs for dogs out there. I know Kyle Burton, I think he's over in Hawaii right now. He's got an amazing dog herbal line. So just mention that because I like talking about stuff that's semi-related to what's going on, and dogs with epilepsy is kind of related to what's going on. I mean, you have to document if you've got a dog that's going through this, you've got to document like what's going on, how long they last, like what might have caused it. Like you've got to do this stuff for your dog too. It's like if you've got a kid, you got to do the same stuff for your kid. And those of us like that have pets like feel that way. Some of us that have our pets feel like our pets are our kids. So we're deeply emotionally involved. He was my support dog for a very long time. And I lost him last year. So I still miss him. But I mention this because like, you know, sometimes we find that these things that we rely on, they're gonna leave. They're gonna be gone. They gotta go to work. You gotta live their life. They gotta do what they gotta do. And you're just gonna find yourself needing to find a new version of support or new version of like working on your mental health. Animals are amazing. They can be some work, but at the same time like they can definitely give you more fulfillment in your epilepsy journey. There are epilepsy dogs out there, which is again why I talk about dogs. Dogs are amazing. There's epilepsy dogs out there. I believe in the US they're about $30,000 to get an epilepsy dog, a trained epilepsy dog from most places. I know there's a foundation out there that helps people like get epilepsy dogs, but it's like not in every state. I totally forgot the name of it, but if you Google it, you will find it. I highly recommend like Google stuff if you don't know, but if you haven't heard of it, but give it a shot. Like if you need that kind of help, having an epilepsy dog is awesome. Even just getting an emotional support dog is awesome. That way you've got, some emotional support. Some people like cats instead of dogs. So if you're a cat person, get a cat. My brother loves cats. He's got two awesome cats that love him very much. You know, they have their own personalities. Every animal's got its different personalities. So, get an animal and that can help you with your seizures and your calming down. Um, it's amazing like how calming petting an animal can be, or, even just the knowing that you need to care for somebody else and it forces you to like get up out of bed or get up off the couch and like feed them, give them water, like because you really need to be moving around a little bit more. And so having a small pet, small responsibility, could actually be really, really good for you. And it helped me like get out the door and like go for more walks because I don't he was overweight when I found him on top of being half starved and overweight. It's kind of a weird combo, but it didn't help that we made him a little more overweight, giving him our leftovers until we quit finally. Started feeding them better or whatever. But like animals, they're really easy. They're great support for your epilepsy health. So definitely go check out Pound. Find rescue a dog from a Pound. That's kind of what I highly recommend. You can get some really nice ones there and save a dog's life because a lot of these places are going to put the dog down. They need saved, they need rescued, and you need saved and rescued too sometimes. And man, just seriously, nothing like unconditional love from a dog or a cat, or if you're a pig person, you get a pig, you get a horse, whatever it is, like your house or apartment or neighborhood will let you have, because some people are going to start freaking out when you bring that elephant home. So I've never tried having a pet elephant. I imagine that's pretty crazy. So it's probably not a lot of zones for that one. So make sure that whatever you got the right zone for it. You know, so ex-girlfriend's got chickens. So if you like chickens, you can have chickens as your pet. She gets fulfillment out of like playing with the chickens. You know, so whatever your pet is, you can have birds, you can have fish, but they're just not quite as fun and fulfilling in my world as something that's like cuddly and you can pet and like is gonna come play with you. So you know, snakes are nice too, but it's still, you know, to me, it's just not the same thing. I had a nice snake before epilepsy, but you know, I think dogs and cats are probably some of the best animals you could have. There's a lot of smart animals out there. There's a lot of caring, compassionate animals out there. You know, you probably don't want to get a pet leopard or you know something that's going to try eating you. No pet badgers or you know Sasquatch isn't real allegedly, so you can't have a pet Sasquatch unless it's a doll. And you know, it's certainly not the same thing. You're not really taking care of that. It's more like a comfort safety blanket. So I mean, sometimes you need that when you're having epilepsy seizures. It's just something soft and cozy to cuddle, and you know, a teddy bear might help. Just something to hug and just feel good about yourself. So nothing wrong with that. But we want you to not feel like you're at home, you're lonely. You know, there's no one out there that cares or understands because there really is a lot of us out here that are going through the same thing. You know, whether you're a human being, whether you're a dog or another animal, like it's possible to have seizures. And it's not fun for anybody. Nobody likes it. Unless you do. If you like Caesars, you should let me know. Be like, dude, I love Caesars so much. I can't wait for the next one. Like, totally let me know you're that guy. I need to know that like there's somebody in like opposition to my mindset. I mean, like, seriously, it'd be cool. If that's what you're into, it's cool. It's something for everybody. But I think you're like me and you're just like, hell no, Alma, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. Somebody put their crazy pants on today. So maybe. I think I put my shorts on today. Actually, I'm gonna go for a walk today, like when we're done, because I have not been to the beach all week. You know, you probably been sitting here all week, like you're doing your thing, and you get off here and you're just trying to figure out how to get through your day still, because you know maybe this is like new, but you still got all your other responsibilities, which is why it's so awesome that you've made it here for day 5. So congratulate yourself, like woo, pat yourself on the back, you know, and put in the chat right there. I am awesome. I'm awesome. You are awesome because you know you are an epilepsy warrior. You go through way too much BS every day to be having anybody else put you down, tear you down, and make your life any worse. You know, that's why you need friends and high places, not just low places, or friends. You know, just galore. So it's nice to be friends with you, friends with this community, friends of friends. You know, so welcome, thank you, and you know, let's continue this journey and grow together. So you know, there's the idea, the concept of getting somebody to provide shortcuts for you has been going on for like thousands of years. Apprenticeship was very common in places with skilled labor. You know, you used to be able to do apprenticeship like as a carpenter, to make boats, to build houses, to make roads. A lot of these skills, like they didn't always have a college that was available. They didn't have a skill trade school, so you learned from a master, somebody that already done it, somebody knew what's going on, and that way you could actually, you know, make a better living, make a better life for yourself and for your family and the ones that you love. That's kind of the whole process of trying to know your triggers is because you want more out of your life. And if you don't know want more out of your life, you're probably in the wrong place and you quit watching this a long time ago. So unless I'm just that entertaining, could be, I don't know. If I'm entertaining, you could put in the chat right there, say, Alba, you're funny or entertained or no, you suck. Just let me know. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I got my big boy britches on today. So let me know what you think. Tell you how it's going today. Put it down in the chat. All right. Well, I didn't see anybody say anything bad about me. So nobody said I'm ugly. Nobody said my beard's too long. Nobody said I smell funny, which, you know, if you could smell me through the computer, you got some kind of like crazy psychic skills, or you might be hallucinating and having a post-optical phase. So get that checked out. So hopefully you're not having a seizure. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Hopefully you are making the best out of your day. You can use this process. You know, you can continue doing this by yourself over and over and over and over. just this will give you the steps, the framework to know what your seizures are, to go through and stop at your triggers, to be able to, get your health and maintain it in a manner that you can appreciate, that it's just based on your own effort. You don't have to rely on anybody else for this except you. You just get that app, document what you're doing, document how it makes you feel. You want to know what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. And as soon as you start documenting stuff, you'll start noticing other things, and you will get to the root cause of like what's triggering you, in the wrong way. Because you want to be triggered happy instead of crappy. Don't be triggered crappy. That sucks. So follow these steps that I've been teaching these last 5 days. you know, Write down the triggers that you already know, as we covered before. If you didn't do that one, you should do that one already. Catch up, go back, watch the replays. You know, um, Next month, I'm gonna do this challenge again. So if you gotta wait till the next challenge, probably have better handouts and stuff done by then, which is fine. But that's a whole like another month away. Do you really want to wait another month before you start feeling better? Like you just gotta like go back, do the job, like do the work. It's not hard. But if you want help, if you're like, hey, this has been awesome, and I continue on with you because you've got an amazing beard and you smell funny through my computer, or whatever it is, like in your world, if you would like help going from your epilepsy hell to epilepsy well, if you would like to take back your control, if you would like to do more than the doctor tells you, if you would like to be the master of your universe, I'm here to guide you along the way. And I'm going to bring up this little slide here if I can hit the right button. I showed you the thing. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to talk to you about another epilepsy coach that I like talking to. He's a holistic health coach. This is just another person that is doing something similar, that found the desire to help people because he was able to get his life back from epilepsy, and he knows that holistic health is the right way to go. So before we talk about that, I'm going to show you the deal on man, I keep losing where my buttons are at. So I'm going to show you what we're doing. It's supposed to be on Chrome. All right, that's what it looks like when I'm chatting to you guys. That's the recording. So here, this is what we're doing. This is only available. I'm gonna pull these videos down like Friday this week. You've got less than a week to get signed up for this. Um, Join the 8-week Epilepsy Warrior Bootcamp. Next level your life, become an epilepsy warrior master. So Kung Fu Chaos, be gone. I want you to kick epilepsy in the face, kick it in the brain, kick it, but gently so that it works like an old television. You used to be able to hit old televisions and it worked better. So like, I want you to lovingly love tap. I want you to take back your control of epilepsy and stop feeling like you're getting hit over the head by it. So doing a boot camp. So you can go to this website, drop the link, knowyourtriggerschallenge.com, epilepsy warrior boot camp. Super easy. You can join today. 8 weeks, master your life and take back control from your epilepsy hell, even when the drugs don't work. Because let's be honest, when the drugs don't work and you don't know what to do, you gotta level up. You gotta become next level. And Kung Fu, Shaolin training gonna teach you how to kick the hell out of epilepsy's ass with this epilepsy fight club that you've been part of. Um, so first week, so this is an 8-week program. First week, we're going to be dealing with the mind, master your mind over matter with guided tours to nirvana. I mean, who doesn't want a little bliss and peace of their life instead of all the chaos and turmoil? So as we mentioned before, we've got the MEDS protocol. So MEDS RX, meds RX. So master your mind. So we're going to work on some breathing and we're going to meditate together for the week. And we're going to build up every week. We're going to just add to what we're doing. so that you don't have to change everything at once, because that makes it really hard to figure out what's going on. And oftentimes it can cause stress with you. So we're going to build into you over a 8 week program. Just like when I went to the army, I went to boot camp. They're like, yes, boot camp is how you become a soldier. This is how you're legally allowed to kill people. Go kill in the name of Uncle Sam. But you got to go to boot camp first. But, the opposite of that is, you got to get some training to survive. Gotta make sure you can survive under duress over something that is trying to kill you, just like epilepsy is trying to kill you. The enemy wants you dead, but epilepsy just wants you to pay attention to what is going on. It's not supposed to be like, I'm trying to murder your life. It's trying to say, hey, dude, I'm allergic to whatever you're dealing with. I'm allergic to something that's going on around you. I'm allergic. I'm allergic. This is my allergic reaction. Allergic to, sometimes you can be allergic to yourself. I'm allergic to your own BS. You could be allergic to other people's BS. You could be allergic to the cow poo when you're driving down the road. So doing a deal with mindset. We're gonna set your mind to set a foundation. We're gonna work on our breathing. We're going to learn to connect easily through your breath, because your breath is how you experience the now more efficiently. It's how you calm down your nervous system. It's how you make everything better. You make your brain function so much easier. You can calm your stress down. You can stop freaking out. If you're already having seizures meditating, I'm going to teach you how to stop having seizures meditating. If you're worried about anxiety when you're meditating, I'm going to teach you how to stop having anxiety while you're meditating, because this is very simple. It's a process that you need to be able to do to be able to help control your seizures. Just find a way to get yourself out of fight or flight. This is the best way to reduce your hypervigilance and to make the best out of every moment that you have. And all it requires is learning to breathe just a little different. I mean, you're already breathing. You're already breathing. So this is something you're good at. Why not make it a little better? We're gonna work on this. Like I said, 5 days. We're gonna work on this first week. Second week, we're gonna work on master your energy with simple Shaolin therapeutic qigong postures. So you can see the guy kind of standing out to the side, like, I think this is like when you open up before you do a warrior's pose or something. I mean, so we're gonna just stand there, do a little bit of breathing, do a little bit of moving, like nothing strenuous. This is not hard. This is therapeutic, but this is gonna build on like the week before, where we learn how to make sure we're doing good, effective, healthy breathing, so we can strengthen, our body, so we can focus on where we're at. So then the qigong here is gonna help us strengthen our bodies even further, so that we can build up this energy to help combat the fatigue that just seems to be, you know, in our lives. And you can fight it, but it's not like drinking a cup of coffee is ever going to make fatigue go away. But doing Shaolin Qigong technique will. So we're going to do week 3, master your mouth with meals that feel like medicine and taste delicious. I mean, food is medicine. Hippocrates, the father of medicine from Greece, says, let food be like medicine and let medicine be like food. For a very, very, very long time, that was all people had. People had food, they had herbs, they had plants, they had minerals, they had, like the natural stuff around them. And then pharmaceuticals came along, and it's way more cost efficient to prescribe people drugs that need them than it is to cure anything. So oftentimes you find that cures are often a little slow. You just got to do things yourself, usually eating better. And if the medicines are helping you, I'm just not knocking them. I'm telling you, make your own choices, do your own research about everything. If you don't believe me, please always research everything. I could be wrong. Maybe I need to learn some more, and you can help me learn. So educate me. I'm learnable. So just like I'm helping you, we help each other. This is our whole thing. But we're gonna deal with delicious meals, that are actually epilepsy friendly. We're gonna work on making sure you know how to make food even when you feel horrible, or you only got 5, 10, 15, you got 15 minutes to stand on your feet. Understand how to get to the grocery store and back. We're gonna make sure that your experience with food is more amazing. And we might come back to the subject. Maybe we'll make this 2 weeks instead of one. I'm gonna let you guys decide as we're aired. We're gonna learn as we go. So week 4, tentatively master your bed. I mean, everybody loves their bed, right? I mean, the bed is like one of the best places to be, unless you're trapped in it all day and you can't get out. Then you're just like, I want to be anywhere else. So, for the most part, we go to bed every night, unless you got insomnia or you're something crazy's going on. You we go to our bed every night. So I'm just gonna make sure that you're mastering your nights. Make sure that you can be better prepared for bed, so you're getting the best rest, waking up with less seizures to the point where you're having no more seizures waking up because you've mastered what the epilepsy warrior bed should be like. Most people think it should just be flat with sheets and blankets. Sometimes there's a little more to it, and I want to help you work on that. And again, these all build each other. You got to have a foundation. It's like a pyramid. You want to be able to start off with a little mindset, a little focus, a little awareness about what you can do to calm yourself down. Just easy peasy, just you just practice it more and you get better and better. That's the amazing thing about it. You're already breathing, right? Meditation, mindfulness, awareness to you, understand yourself and get out of like the stress so much faster. So energy levels, pain is stagnation. So if you're in pain, if you're feeling weak, if you're feeling stuck, this stuff is going to help you so much more about just feeling better about yourself throughout the day, being able to recover faster, be able to stop. If you can feel a trigger coming on and you need to reset, this is a great way to reset. Like sometimes just trying to meditate and sit down is like intense and you can't do it as long, but you got to do some movement first and then you can like sit down and do some meditation to top it off. Like sometimes, you got to do it like the reverse method. Sometimes you might want to take a nap, then you get up and eat something, then you're going to go do some movement, and then you're going to sit down and like meditate or contemplate like what is going on with you and what you can do to like have a better next time. Make sure that you know figure out like, hey, what happened, but like don't beat yourself up along the way because it's super important to love yourself and realize like the only way to learn, is to go through some growing pains. But we want to do this together. So the learning curve is a lot slower. I mean, the learning curve is in your favor. Oftentimes, if you've tried dealing with education and epilepsy, you feel like you're on the low side of the bell curve. It's a little, little hard sometimes. And, want to make sure that you don't feel like you're on the end, that you're just falling behind in your life. I want you catching up, feeling like you got an amazing adventure ahead of you so we can go out, make more meaningful relationships. So we'll talk more about the whole process of, support versus demand relationships and how like you really are responsible for your relationships that you have in your life, and you can make them better by just doing some minor changes about the way you think about yourself and other people that you may not have been told, you may not have thought about, may not have ever been process of reality for you, because most people aren't really taught how to have relationships. They just expect everybody to like figure it out. And if you've been raised on unhealthy relationships, this is extra important to make sure that how to come out of a bad relationship, or how to make good relationships with other people. It's really important to have more than just you in your life. It's great to have friends, it's great to have community and to feel supported. So this is going to help you know how to interact with other people without having a seizure, as well as communicate more effectively along the way, so you feel like you're heard and not just another lost voice. Not just going under like, help me as you're drowning with yeah, high fives. So day 6 right now, explore. So we talked about explore yesterday. You're beyond to get more out of leaving your front door. So we're going to go over a lot more about preparing yourself, about what you can do, to be better prepared to go do more with your life. Because as you get better with doing some meditation, some mindful exercises that just pull the crazy chaos out of your head, as you get better at moving, breathing, building up that energy to be able to do more with your life, as you balance out the flavors that just taste the rainbow of delicious foods that actually do something to make your life better, to make you feel better after you eat it. So you're not like running to the bathroom, or you're not having a seizure from the food. It's important to make sure that your poops are healthy. And one of the things about acupuncturists, we ask about how your poop is doing today. Because it's a sign of like stress and nutrient absorptions. And if your stomach and you're having diarrhea and craziness going on, you're not absorbing your nutrients appropriately. Your your large intestines is responsible for absorbing a lot of your water, you know, water nutrient minerals. They or water absorbable minerals, whatever it is. Like, that's large intestines responsible for that. Small intestines just, like some fats and meats. Your stomach is where you start to like, well, your mouth is actually where you start to break carbs down, and then you hold them in your mouth and they get sweeter. So, some stuff that you don't think is quite sweet enough, if you just hold it in your mouth a little bit, it'll get a little sweeter. But a lot of people have been sweet desensitized. And, if you can sit there chugging that bottle of syrup and just be like bliss. I guess kind of think the same thing about beer. If you think about it, it's very similar. A lot of carbs can feel like bliss. Can do the same thing in the realm of having seizures. So yeah, diet. So we're going to talk about this stuff. We're going to make sure that you've got the diet that works best for you. We're going to work with each other. We're going to say, hey, look, this is what works for my world, and it might work for you too. And we're all going to build ourselves a nice little plan so that you can know what you're going to eat, how you're going to eat, and instead of being, you know, having seizures trying to figure out how to make food, because it's could be really hard to stay in the kitchen and stuff. So super simple sleep patterns, relationships, explore the world, get more out of leaving the front door. So that leaves us 2 weeks to kind of figure out what else that you need in this process. If there's something else you want to work more on, add to this. So those last 2 weeks are tentative to what's going on with us in the process of learning. This is a value of $1,997, but don't worry, I'm not going to charge you that. On top of this, I'm going to give you these free bonuses right here when you join today, like just available right now through this offer. This, like I said, you see at the top, it's going to go away 6 days, 11 hours, 23 minutes, and 45 seconds. So when this offer's gone, this offer's gone. So we're getting free bonuses right here. Bonus number one, say value of $97, the Purple Whale Success Loop video training. So I did this training last year, and I haven't released it anywhere else. I haven't released it since. So I'm going to include this for free, the $97 value. And free bonus number two, this is valued at $197. You saw, like, if you joined this challenge, you tried the VIP, the value is $197. Knocked it down so that you could join that VIP. But right now, the value is $197. We're going to add you to the free VIP upgrade for the next Know Your Triggers challenge. You're like, Alma, I just took this challenge. Why would I want to take it again? I'm like, I'm telling you, after you've gone through the program for 3 or 4 weeks, and then you take the challenge again, you will be amazed at how much more you know about yourself, about how much more you've been able to figure out what your triggers are, and you'd be happy to share them and express yourself and be able to help other people like yourself that haven't figured it out. And they need to be able to hear from you as much as they need to be able to hear from me, because this is the stage to be able to help our tribe, to be able to help the Epilepsy Fight Club, to be able to stop taking the punch and like give more than you take. Like, seriously, that's why it'd be awesome to have you here in the Zoom room with me, where we're making faces at each other and having a great time. So the in-home virtual in-home experience is going to be back for you. You're going to be here on the live. And the best part about that is also the 1 hour Q&A at the end for VIP only. So you're going to be able to get that Q&A, join for free, and you're still also going to be able to keep the lifetime access to VIP replays. So you'll be able to keep the replays from the next challenge and for free. So also another free bonus, when you get invested in this program, total value of $997. It might even be worth more than that, but honestly, it's at least worth $997. That's the spot, Epilepsy Warrior Acupressure mini course. So I'm going to help you learn how to do acupressure, find spots on your body that help pull the energy out of your head, these techniques that you can do to yourself to be able to release and relax from pain and stress and a lot of the problems that nobody else is talking about. These meridians, these channels, like all of the yang channels in the Chinese meridians, have a point that either begins or ends on the head. So different parts of the head, different spots. You know, so it's important, you can learn these things and increase the efficiency of your self-healing, self-massage, self-care. These can even be taught to other people. You can say, hey, look, can you help me out with this? But I found that I do this a lot on myself. There's tools, there's techniques of the trade, make it a whole lot easier. And we're going to talk about that throughout the epilepsy. That's the spot, Epilepsy Warrior Acupressure mini course. So we're going to cover some channel theory. We're going to cover mostly how you can, recognize what you need to stimulate more, how you can do more self-discovery, but you could do it in a much faster, easier way than just guessing on your own. I've got a 4-year master's degree in acupuncture, traditional oriental medicine, and I've been doing a lot of body work since I got my license, and I do a lot of work on myself now that I'm here by myself with not very many people around to help in the whole process. So this is how I do this. This is how I survive as me. This is how you can, be as close to me as I can help you be. I'm not going to charge you this, but the total value 3,288, but all this fun for only two payments of 249 or a one-time payment of 397. So if you invest in yourself, I'm going to knock off $100 for just doing the one-time investment in yourself. Otherwise, two payments of 249. This is an amazing opportunity. Value 3,288. And go to the website here. I'll drop the little thing, click the link here, it'll jump you over. You can sign up, amazing value. It's gonna be an awesome boot camp. I'm so excited. I'm so looking forward to working with you. So if you're as excited as I am about all of this, like, go ahead, go to this website. All right, I'm gonna copy this, look right here. All right, we're gonna come back here to my screen. You can see me talking, so we could all, bam, all right. So I sent this out to all of y'all. I'm back to the page. This is what it's at. I just built this last night. Like I said yesterday, if you were watching, I didn't have this plan figured out, but I realized what I could do, what's going to be the best way that I can help you. And I feel like this is the most efficient way for you to get success faster, with less problems in your life, ease your pain, shorten the learning curve, caring, compassionate person right here that wants you to succeed. So if you're not succeeding, I'm not succeeding. But got to invest in yourself and do more than the doctor tells you. And this is how we're going to get started. You'll be trained by an Army veteran. You'll be trained by an epilepsy warrior veteran. I've been doing this drug-free for quite a while. I'm not saying you have to get off the drugs, but I'm saying if you want the best results out of everything you do in your life, you have to make sure that you take care of yourself like you matter. You have to make sure you're prioritizing you. Make sure that you are as healthy, you're taking care of you, because you cannot pour from empty cup. If you're into helping people, if you're into working, if you're into doing things where you're engaging with other people, you want your life to be more than just hiding in the corner, fearful of everything that can go wrong. We want you to be in, way more interested in all the things that can go right. That's why you got to change your mindset. You got to change the way you do things, and you will realize all the amazing opportunities that are out there. That life doesn't want you to fail; it wants you to succeed. But sometimes it means you got to go next level. You got to level up your game. You always got to level up your game. There's always a next level. And the better you get at being you, the better you get at being you, and the more fun you can have. So much more fun. So I want to help you have a lot more fun in your life. I want you to get up off the floor. I want you to stop falling down. I want you to stop losing days, weeks, months, whatever it is. I don't want another year to go by. I don't want another month to go by. And nothing is changing in your life. I want to make sure that you have that future that you want, that object of your desire, the outcome that you are looking for, whether it is, that you want to work, whether it's you just want a better relationship, you just want to be happy again for yourself, you want a family, whatever it is, you got to be the best version of yourself. You got to bring the best version of yourself to all of these relationships, to the game. It's not about pretending about how strong you are because you can put up with all this crap. That's not helping. Pretending isn't helping. You got to stop pretending and start ending, the fantasy world. Stop buying into it that you have to pretend anything. Like, own you, own yourself, own your future, own the outcome, own your outlook, own your belief system. Be the person that's in charge of you. Be the superior doctor in your world. Just the person that's going to try to prevent illnesses and diseases. And if you're not trying to stop what's going on with you, if you're trying to let somebody else figure it all out for you, your success rate is going to be slow. And it's still a high success rate. 2 out of 3 people, maybe as little as one half of adults living with epilepsy not get success with drugs alone. So this is how I am going to recommend you join this challenge. But if I'm not for you, I'm telling you, there's other people out there. I'm I'm not scared. I'm not ashamed to tell you that, like, there's other people out there. Like, seriously, I think I'm amazing. I think I've survived this. I think you're amazing because you've survived this. I understand it's crazy, but I understand, like, sometimes you just need to hear other people that have succeeded in doing it. So there's this gentleman, Daniel Vincent. He's a super awesome guy. I've been chatting with him for a little while. Um, had a little weird hiatus this last winter dealing with my own mental health, but got back in touch with him, and he's working on a 3-week program too to be able to help people out. And it's not quite done yet, and I want to find out more about his program too. But he is the holistic epilepsy coach, as he calls himself. Like, he is the holistic epilepsy coach. And he is doing the same process of trying to teach people in his way. It's different than mine, but there's nothing wrong. I'm just saying, I love the fact that we have people that are helping, that he was able to take control of his life. He was able to stop doing the things that were harming him and, like, naturally heal his brain to be able to stop having seizures. And he's been holding down a job for a while, and he's been trying, to get his message out there about how he could help you too. So again, it's not just me. I'm not alone. I'm not the only crazy person that says, "Hey, look, when you've lost your mind, this is like how you do it." Because definitely feel like you lost your mind. I don't want you feeling that way. We want to get past that point. But so we got people like myself, got people like Daniel Vincent. There's another lady, I'm forgetting her name right now. There's a few coaches like out there. There's people with books, amazing books out there that are available to people, like how they cope and deal with their epilepsy. Um, Having a memory lapse. I can't remember people's names right now. So um wanted to tell you about this other guy. I mean, he has seizures, he has epilepsy, but he focuses on gratitude. Can't think of his name right now. I'm sorry, Danny Cohen. Yeah, Dan Cohen, awesome guy, super great guy. If you never heard his story, like, I'm super excited for him and how he works through his stuff is focusing on gratitude, being grateful, for like what's going on with him. He's had failed surgeries. He's had some success in some of his surgeries, but he still has not gotten everything to be banished from his life. But his whole thing, he's passionate about gratitude. He had this experience, where he thought he wanted to die for a while, and then he realized he didn't. And after his failed brain surgery, he did a journal, documented 30 days gratitude, something he was grateful for. And this is his journey, and this is his message that he shares with other people too. So I think he's an amazing person. If you're not following him yet, like a little more extra, how do you have gratitude for the hell on earth? Like he would be a great gentleman to be able to help you out with stuff too. So there's people, our tribe, we want to be able to help you. We want to be able to get you to a point, like even if it's not perfect, you at least can appreciate the fact that you're alive, because being alive is valuable. So um, let's see, who else did I want to mention today? Okay, so there's another gentleman. He's actually out of Jamaica, all right? Winston Doyle, I believe. He was another epilepsy warrior, and he was like me. I was just having a horrible time with the drugs, like, and this is like a while ago. And he gave them up. He got off the drugs. He was able to turn his life around. He has never smoked marijuana, despite like what you might think about him living in Jamaica. He doesn't smoke pot, but he does support CBD products. So for him, like his big thing is CBD products. You can look up Winston Doyle and follow him, and he will hook you up with his line of CBD products. So these are people that are trying to help people without, that need alternatives to drugs. There's things out there. You can look this stuff up yourself, but these are people in our community and in our tribe that are doing their best to be able to help you too with alternatives to like when the drugs don't work. And sometimes you just got to say, I've had enough. I'm not telling you to tell you. I'm not telling you when. That's you. You decide when you've had enough. And when you've had enough, we're here for you. That's what we're here for. You're like, I've had enough. I want to do more. I want this all to be over with. Like, here it is. We're gonna do the boot camp. You're gonna run you through, you're gonna make you superior warrior. You're gonna be the best epilepsy warrior because you know yourself inside and out. You know yourself on a level that most people might be too scared to realize how amazing they are. They're so busy running from like the parts that they're scared of that they just don't know. Like if you don't know, you are amazing. You are. So there's a lot of people out here that I truly appreciate them being a part of this. Appreciate you being a part of this. I really want to see you join this challenge right here. Trying to make it where it's affordable for you, and I can also hire some help to make sure that we do this, because we're going to be doing this for 8 weeks, probably 5 days a week. And I want to make sure that you get experiences that you need, that you have time to ask questions, have time to go through everything, but that us doing this together, you can even call this an 8 week challenge if you want, but us doing this together is going to make sure that you stick to it a little better. Because I know, like, I love meditating with other people. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It's so much easier to do when there's somebody to do it with. And so we're going to do it together so that I make sure, like, you show up, do it, they'll watch the replay, you do it some more, watch the replays as many times as you want, but we're going to do it together. And then we're going to build a foundation that starts with and do it over 8 weeks. I think my favorite part right here, I don't know what your favorite part is, but you could tell me. But my favorite part right here is that's the spot epilepsy warrior acupressure mini course. Honestly, I think that's super sexy right there. So all I know is like I've been in a lot of pain. I know you've been in a lot of pain. And the thing that has helped me the most has not been Excedrin, because I have seizures from Excedrin. It hasn't been Tylenol. Like I could do naproxen. My mom, she gets migraines. She can't do naproxen. We're all different. So you got to know who you are. My dad, I forget what it was, but not Valium, but there's like another anti-anxiety, and like he loses time. Like seriously, 2 days goes by when he gets a dose of that. So So not everybody has the best reactions to all kinds of stuff. And, having epilepsy doesn't limit you to epilepsy. So you're going to have a lot of other health conditions going on. And if you'd like to avoid that, I promise you, like taking care of yourself like you matter, like is the best way. It's the best way to like make sure that you have a brighter future. My whole saying is I want to be doing kung fu when I'm 75. If I'm still alive at 85 or 95, I want to be doing kung fu. I want to still be moving. I want to be in shape. I want to be healthy. I want to feel vibrant. And sometimes I still feel like I'm fatigued because I have epilepsy and I gotta slow down, and I recognize I have a trigger and I gotta stop and take a break. And building these websites, I had to take a break. It took me 3 days to be able to, get back on to the website stuff. That's why I take time for myself. Sundays, it's important to have a day for yourself where you're not stressing out, where you're relaxing, where you're having a good time, turn the electronics off. I mean, it's probably pretty obvious, but it's important to make sure that you take care of yourself. And rest time is important, especially if you want to get more done. If you want to be like working, holding a job, like with epilepsy, it's really hard to hold a job if you're working 7 days a week and you're not getting the rest that you need. Maybe you can only work three because you need more rest. Maybe you can work every other day. Maybe you can work from home. So these are things that you have to consider for yourself about how you want to be the best version of yourself, what future you want, whatever your future is. I want it to be without epilepsy controlling it. I want it to be without you worried about, I don't know why I'm having a seizure. I don't know how to heal. I don't know how to get my brain back. I don't know how to take control. So take back your control. Join the 8-week Epilepsy Warrior Boot Camp. That will be the web domain. I actually bought the web domain, so you'll be able to type in later, uh, Epilepsy Warrior Boot Camp. Uh, so we'll see about that. But for right now, knowyourtriggerschallenge.com/epilepsy dash warrior dash boot camp. So go to that, check out. Showed you the bonuses. It's pretty awesome. Remind you what you're gonna get. 8 weeks training. We're gonna go over the meds RX process into a much more expansive approach so that you can implement and not be overwhelmed, because what's going to prevent you from doing everything is if you got to change everything all at once. So we're got to break it down so that we repeat everything and then we continue to build. So you go from level 1, you go level 2, you go level 3, you go level 4, you go level 5, and then you max out your ability to be the best epilepsy warrior out in the world, in your world and other people's, and outside in the environment, having the best life you possibly can. You go travel again, go do something amazing. That's what I want for you. I'm sure you want that for yourself. If you don't want a better life, please let me know why you don't want a better life, and what I can do to help, because I'm not sure. Like, you should want a better life. It's just how it is. Like, epilepsy sucks. I don't want you giving up. If you're depressed, there's help for that. You can do stuff that's not drugs. It helps with depression. There's plenty of opportunities for you to be the best version of yourself and feel good about yourself. But you got to invest in yourself. You have to invest a little bit of time and effort. So it's not here, but here's what I'm going to say, right? You can click on this for only 2 payments, $249, one-time payment, $397. I don't have an email set up for it, so you won't get an email immediately, but I do get notifications, and I will be contacting you about when we want to get set up for a great time that we can all agree on. Because want to make sure that this works for you as much as it does for me. And since this is an intro course, a beta test, this is the first time it's ever been made available, which is why I'm offering it this awesome price right now. And honestly, I could use it. I could use a little more, but I want to be able to make sure you get the help that you need at an amazing price that probably isn't going to kill your bank. If you need to, you can put out a credit card and make the payments even smaller. But I mean, honestly, this is an amazing price right here for 249, 2 payments. Get started first month. You can just see how amazing it is, right? Just see how amazing you feel after the first month. And next payment, you'll be like so happy because you're gonna feel that much more amazing by the end of the second month. And you should be that much closer to being epilepsy and seizure free because I honestly think you can do this in 3 to 6 months. I think 6 months like is just like a realistic spot for most people. Sometimes it takes us a little longer, sometimes a little less, but I think if you're consistent and you're willing to do the work, I think 3 months is very, very, very realistic. But if you aren't very consistent, if you kind of do the work, I think 6 months, maybe, 9, but you're gonna have to do the work so you get faster, better results. And I can't do it for you. Like I said, that's why we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna train you to be the epilepsy warrior, the holistic epilepsy warrior, the master of your mind, body, and heart. So, all right. I clicked the link. I put the link there. Make sure you click the link that's in the chat. You can join this. As I said, this is only going to be up for 6 days, 11 hours, 0 minutes, 44 seconds. It's still, you know, time to rewatch the replays so you can get the most out of it. I'll leave them up for a week. I should technically be pulling them down on Sunday, but I feel like, you know, maybe it's better for you to be able to have a little extra time to check these out. Nobody bought the VIP this time around. It's too bad because it's so much more fun for me and you, I'm sure, to be able to go backstage. We'll have a conversation a little deeper than just me explaining to you like what you could do to better your life. So get a chance to have a Q&A. Looking forward to talking to you more. Click the link in the chat, join the 8-week epilepsy warrior boot camp and make the best out of your life. I don't know what more to tell you. If it's not for you, I'm okay with that. But if you want help taking your life back, I'm sure you've learned a lot this week and the whole process of what's going on and what you can work on it. You can keep doing it, keep doing what I showed you, or you could go dive deeper and get more help and a deeper understanding and an improved experience so you can end epilepsy a lot faster. You can end the misery, the pain, the loneliness that just comes along, forgetfulness. I mean, as you improve your brain health, you'll find that it's a lot nicer than it used to be. Nothing's perfect, but being the best version of yourself is the best you can do. The best you could do for yourself. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Like nothing is perfect. Like it's an impossible standard. The standard is be the best you can. So with that said, I'm Wayne Myers signing out. Be the best that you can. Do more than the doctor tells you. Take care of yourself like you matter. Go to www.knowyourtriggerschallenge/epilepsy dash warrior dash challenge and join the 8-week challenge. And I look forward to seeing you real soon. Thanks again and have a beautiful Friday and weekend. So yes, enjoy your weekend and we'll talk to you real soon.